So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to check out Chromatic Blade, which is a new augment for Excalibur that's been added with update 20.7. Now this augment will add 50% status chance to Excalibur's exalted blade, and it will convert all the damage into a single element which is determined by your energy color. And if you want to get your hands on this mod, you can get it by either reaching the rank of General under the Steel Meridian or the rank of Maxim under the Arbiters of Hexes, and it costs 25,000 standing. And if you don't have either of these two syndicates, don't worry because it's tradable, so you can just buy it from other players using Platinum. Now, as I've said already, the type of damage Exalted Blade is going to do with this augment is dependent on your energy color, just like Chroma. So if you go for a yellow, orangey or a red color, it's going to give you heat damage. White, grayish or black colors are going to give you cold damage. If you use a green color, it will do toxin damage. And finally, if you use a blue, purple, or a pinkish color, it will give you electric damage. Now, this will be combined with any other elements you have on your Exalted Blade that you add via your melee weapon. So if you're using melee weapon with Voltaic Strike, which adds electric damage, and you then use green energy color, which turns the damage into toxin, you will do corrosive damage. But it's not going to break any elemental combo. So if you use a corrosive setup on your melee weapon, and you then use a red energy color, which would add heat, it's not going to break the corrosive combo. It's just going to do corrosive and heat. Now, probably the coolest thing about this augment is that the bonus status chance is affected by power strength, and if you push it all the way up to 180, which is just transient fortitude and intensify, you're gonna have 100% status chance from just this augment. So you can build your melee weapon for crit and damage and then add 100% status chance via this augment and a little bit of power strength. This turns Exalted Blade, an ability that was already fun and pretty damn strong, into something, well, even stronger. You might think that would be a little bit inconvenient because you may have to swap your energy color for different factions, but you don't. This thing does so much damage if you have a decent build on your melee weapon. You don't have to swap the elemental combos. You can just run corrosive for every single faction and you're gonna destroy things. It just doesn't matter if the enemy has loads of health, beefy armor, or even proto shields. This thing is going to kill them really fast. And at first I thought it's going to be less well-rounded than using Exalted Blade without the augment, because that one does an equal amount of slash, impact and puncture, but it's really not. You're doing so much damage, you have 100% status and decent crit if you put some crit mods onto your melee weapon. This thing is just disgustingly good versus everything. Honestly, I can only think of like one mission where I would not take this augment, and that would be a sortie where the enemies have enhanced elemental resistances, but if that ever pops up, you just unequip the augment and you're good to go. Just don't forget to get at least 180% power strength so you have 100% status chance. Now, you could also use dual stat mods on your melee weapon to bump your status chance up, but I think it's better to go for crit on your melee weapon and then bump the status up with power strength, which will also give you more damage for Exalted Blade. If you don't like Exalted Blade, this mod isn't going to convince you to try it out again, but if you're a fan of Exalted Blade, this is pretty much a no-brainer. Just go and get it, it's really good. The only downside here I can think of is that you may have to change your fashion frame to suit the color that you want to use, but since you can use a lot of different shades of the four main colors, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.